Oh, it's been a little weak. It's training camp, so I feel like it's my regular season voice. But I feel good, ready to go.
Tom, different do you feel this year compared to last year going into week one? Obviously, a lot has changed, a lot more practice time. Just wondering, comfort level wise, confidence wise, how do you feel?
I feel pretty good. I feel like we got a great opportunity ahead of us, and anytime you start the season, it's the first game of the year. It's pretty exciting. I know the stadium will be packed, and it'll be an exciting night for all of us. We worked pretty hard to get to this point, and now we're through all the physical prep. Now we got a couple more days to 48 hours plus to really mentally prepare and lock in, and then try to go play our best game.
It was reported that in February you were diagnosed with COVID-19. And
Yep.
I know that's a phone call, a text message that a lot of people fear. What went through your mind when you got that phone call or that text message, and what was that experience like, especially knowing that it had already hit your family really hard?
Yeah, probably what most people go through. Obviously, kind of been a challenging time for everybody, but just happy I'm at this point now. So it's kind of in the past for me, and just again, just excited to play football.
But you also said as well that you think that it could play an even bigger role this year and
Yeah.
how it impacts teams and your team specifically, just because of all the breakthrough infection,
Yeah.
all the fans in stadiums. Can you just speak to that a little
That's a big part of it. I mean, I think we're certainly at more risk this year than we put ourselves in last year. I mean, just look at all the different things that we're doing differently from last year at this time. So I definitely say the risk is up for everybody. Um, it'd be very disappointing to miss games. You feel like you've done everything right, and but it's just kind of our reality. So hopefully we can just navigate it as best we possibly can. I know every team's dealing with the same stuff. So yeah. Want to talk about jersey numbers too? I could get on that. Feel pretty strongly about that.
bit? A little bit harder still to pick up those extra guys? Or I mean, Ryan Jensen said it was maybe 30 minutes of extra work during the week scouting the Buccaneers.
Well, Ryan's so smart. I mean, for him, 30 minutes probably isn't that much. But anyway, I don't want to get into it. I've already talked ad nauseum about it. Other than I think it's a stupid rule, just to put it out there one more time.
Tom, after all these years, opening day, did you get more butterflies than normal? Is there something about it every season that when you run out of that tunnel for the first time?
Yeah, I think it's butterflies. It's kind of being anxious because you kind of put a lot into it, and emotionally you're at a super high point. You're really focused. We've had some really good days of practice. It definitely feels like a regular season week. Preseason's one thing. It definitely has a preseason feel. When the games don't count on the scoreboard, ultimately you're only going to play a certain amount of plays. But when everything counts, everything's in the books on this one. You want to be at your best. So we've had a really good 3 days of prep, and we just want to go out and play really well. But we got to go do it. And it's one thing to talk about it, and we put ourselves in a decent position to be ready to go. And I feel like we're going to go out there and we'll be excited. And we're playing against a really good football team with a bunch of really talented players, and really well coached. So we're gonna have to play a great game.
You've been in this spot before, obviously trying to defend your title. What do you see? Every team's different, but this particular team, what do you see out of them mentally, like going into that with that mindset of like, this is the target on us, this is our title to defend? What do you see out of these guys, maybe as compared to other teams that you've been on?
Well, I think it's a whole nother year. I don't think what we did, no one could take away from us. So in one way, you're not really defending it much. It's kind of in the books, and they can't take away what we've done. It's really just a whole nother year and experience. So I think it's just more of, we got a chance to go out and play the 2021 team the best we possibly can. I think our coaches have put us in a great position to be successful. Our personnel department, Jason's done a great job. And we got a lot of continuity, got a lot of things to build on, a lot more experience together. So that's really all you can ask for as players, is to be in the position that we're in. So I just like us to go out and take advantage of that. And as good as we were, as we played, with the same group of guys, I'd love to see us, see where we can get this year. But again, all of it's earned. There's nothing give in. It's not about a bunch of hype or a bunch of build up and BS. We got to go do it. And I think that's about a bunch of guys that are really mature, that see ourselves as professional athletes, and we want to go out there and we want to put our best out there.
On the flip side, you've also been in a position before as the quarterback and the leader of the team where you're coming off an injury the way Dak is.
Yep.
Can you just
Yeah.
what that was like.
Yeah, mine was 2008. I got injured and I missed the whole year. Dak played a little more than I did his last year. He played, I don't know, 4 or 5 games, had great 4 or 5 games. So he's a really talented player. Really, since the day he got in the league, he's shown to be a great leader of the team. And, we're just expecting him to play like Dak Prescott does. He's very talented, moves in the pocket, throws a good ball. They got a lot of talented skill players. So for us offensively, we're going to have to do a good job. Our defense in a good position. I don't think we can give any extra possessions. Turnovers will be a big factor. Field position is going to be important. Getting off the field on third down and us staying on the field, keeping the ball out of their hands is going to be important. But they do a good job. Good running backs, good receivers, great offensive line. Dak's a great player, so they got one of the best offenses. A very talented defense. Linebackers are very deep at linebacker. They got a good push up front, and I think they have a very talented secondary. So it's a big challenge for our team.
What's it like navigating the emotions of coming back from a potentially career-ending injury like you dealt with in 2008, like Dak dealt with this past year? Where there's that fear element, right? And you're also kind of learning what your body can and can't handle. What's it like experiencing that?
Yeah, I think we kind of feel invincible at times, especially playing a really physical sport. But I think one thing about getting injured is we're not invincible. I think you have a different perspective when you come back. Sometimes, you're really disappointed when you lose games. It's more disappointing when you don't get to play in games. So I'd rather play and lose than not play at all, as crazy as that sounds. But, if you're not playing, it just means you're at home. I remember that was a tough year just sitting and watching all my teammates. And, I made a pretty conscious decision. I was going to do everything I could at that point to stay healthy as I could my entire career.
You're heading into your 22nd season as quarterbacks coming into the league when you're 21, 22 years old. So what advice would you give them on having a long and successful career in the NFL?
I wrote a book on it. I really did. It's a good book, too.
I think Mike's following a lot of that.
Is he? Good. I think everybody should. It makes common sense. So I think it's something that, it's pretty easy to follow. You just have to have a little discipline. That's kind of minimal. It's more focused on the pliability than the nightshades.
So, Tom, going into the first game of the season, what are the expectations and goals that you have for yourself personally?
I just want to play at a really high level for our team. I think they're counting on me to play really well, to play the type of football I'm capable of. So I think just for me, it's going to be about kind of trying to be the great leader and great player that I can be on a consistent basis, day in, day out, week in, week out, month in, month out. And, that's what I'm trying to be every year. I'm trying to go out there and be the best I could be.
It's hard to improve on a championship team, but where can this offense improve the most this season?
I think if you look at it in that sense, that's the goal, but it's not like we won 60-0. We had a lot of games where we struggled and games where we struggled to move the ball, struggled against certain blitzes, struggled to run the ball, struggled to complete passes. So we can improve in a lot of areas.
You're facing a team that has as much talent on the offensive side as you guys are. Matching touchdown for touchdown. Is there more pressure during the week that you have to get the offense going when you face a team that has as much offense as you guys do?
I think whether they score or not, we feel like that's our job. We're not. Coach doesn't put us out there to punt, so we want to go out there and we want to score points too. So they're going to move the ball. They're going to have some yards. And our defense, we both have to do a good job in the red area. It's always about points. You win or lose based on points. They do a good job moving the football. And if they score, we got to score too. We're going to try to score every time we have the ball.
Couple more. Tom, another player coming back from a serious injury is O.J. Howard. What have you seen from him throughout this whole process as he makes his comeback?
O.J.'s worked really hard to put himself in the position he's in. So I think he's prepared to have a great season. And he's worked really hard through training camp, been available to the team, very hard worker, just doing all the right things. So really happy to have him back out there.
Byron Leftwich said that Mike Evans had a lights-out training camp. Mike said this is the best he's ever felt. Didn't miss a practice.
Yep.
He also said he really worked hard to keep his weight down in the off-season, diet, and not overexerting himself. Just what have you seen out of him, and what's it been like having more time with him to really get back to that?
Yeah, I just have a great appreciation for Mike and his level of play, his leadership. He's a great guy. He's extremely competitive. He expects great things from himself. He's proven it year in and year out what he's capable of. And I love playing with Mike. He's an amazing player and so smart, gifted. He has all the ability. Mentally, just knows sports. I think we have a great connection that's only going to get better. And I love our group of receivers. Chris, what he's done, he's at a great camp. Scotty's done a great job. Tyler's done a great job. Antonio's done a great job. Mick's done a great job. Jalen as a rookie, there's been a lot on his plate. So I like our position group.